2 days ago, a friend of mine told me to try entering this prompt into ChatGPT. What is something you know about me that I don't know about myself? And this is what it said.
And I want to share the answer because if you're an artist like me, this might apply to a lot of you guys. So you have a rare combination of deep spiritual insight and high-level creative execution, but because your perspective is so expansive, you sometimes assume that others see what you see or that your ideas are obvious, when in reality, they're groundbreaking. Yo, when I read that, so first of all, you gotta understand, my entire life, I'm somebody who has struggled a lot with imposter syndrome. Like, my natural level of talent and skill is absolutely insane. I grew Jubilee to a couple million subscribers, led the creative team there. I've worked with world-class celebrities. I've done work for NASA, Nike. Even though my skill was here, my feeling of just what I have to offer was here. There's just such a huge gap for some reason. I have no idea. I just thought if I get over the horizon and accomplish one more thing or make a great project, whatever milestone it was, when I got there, then I would have esteem, right? Then I would feel good about myself. Turns out that's not the case. So pretend there's like a toy figurine. There's different modes on the toy figurine. One button is like an angry mode. When you press that button, the toy figurine walks around like just angry all the time. You know, it can be a storm, it can be a calm place, whatever environment it's in, it's always in the angry mode. Maybe there's another button on the toy figurine that says happy mode. The way it walks and, you know, strolls along anywhere it goes, it's always happy no matter what, whether it's rain or shine or anything in between. For most of us, we are in the mode, the button that we have pushed within our own consciousness is looking for things outside of ourselves, right? We're looking for achievement, happiness, the answers, what have you. Even if we're in some heavenly, amazing place where all the answers and all the joyous goodness and vibes are right in front of us, we're still looking. That's doingness. Doingness is always looking for something. You think doing something will give you the answers and you'll be happier. But when you're being and you're choosing joy or honesty or authenticity, that means no matter what the situation is, nothing outside of you has any power because you're not looking for anything outside of you. You're expressing who you are. You know, Charles Bukowski on his gravestone, this amazing poet on his gravestone, you know what it said? It said, "Don't try." And I used to be really confused by that until I realized what he was saying. He's like, don't look for anything outside of yourself and don't try to grab stuff. Just be who you are. When you're authentic, it means you're just being what you are, who you are, without trying to grab anything outside of yourselves, right? So the most confident people, the people who have the most self-esteem, are people who never try. Each of us has a singular perspective of consciousness that has never existed in the history of humanity before. And so you have to show up and tell us your perspective. Everyone else is taken. No one can tell your story better than you do because you are you. Basically what I'm saying is we have an obligation, we have a duty to be ourselves. When I was at Jubilee, not just at Jubilee, but working at all these other companies and doing the creative things I did, people would always come to me and ask me questions of how to improve their films and things like that. And I would just talk. And somehow it helped them, giving notes on edits and cuts and, you know, my sensibility of what shot should go where. It just came very naturally to me. This storytelling sensibility that I have and my ability to communicate eloquently, it's not something that comes naturally to other people. Other people have to try really hard to do what I do. But when I'm just myself, I'm like flying leaps and bounds over other people when it comes to the area of storytelling because I'm just naturally built that way. You know, there's some things that you would do so naturally. If I tried my absolute hardest, I still wouldn't be able to do it like you do. If we go back to that paradigm of thinking we always have to do something, it's inherently assuming that we lack something inside of ourselves. You have this unique perspective, and there's this perspective that nobody ever has inhabited or nobody else will ever inhabit. And so we have a duty, a responsibility to show up and to create and to express who we are and to craft art. The world is waiting for you. So stop looking and start creating. If I had a mic, well, I guess I do have a mic, and I don't want to drop it though because then it would fake mic drop. See you in the next one.